What's going on? If you're watching this, you obviously want to know some thoughts on the Apple Vision Pro. I went to the Apple store and did the demo. I wish I could buy it, but I'm not quite there yet with this YouTube thing, right? I got to try it out, and from a development standpoint, it got me very excited. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff. First off, if you're just looking for this to have, like, I don't know that the standard use case is there for the average consumer yet. I think 5-10 years down the road, this will be kind of the future of computing. And this is amazing for a first version, but I don't think a lot of people will have a lot of use cases for it yet. I went there with my cousin and we were talking after the fact. You know, he was talking about like, well, I would just kind of use it for movies because that seems like a really cool experience. He's like, but outside of that, I don't really know. Like, sure, I could use it to answer emails and stuff, but it doesn't change anything in that regard for me. And yeah, that's very true. Like, I completely understand that. Coming from doing what I do with making movies, but also specifically doing the VR stuff where we use VR to treat people with phobias, PTSD, like all that kind of stuff, I think it has incredible applications. And it's actually a lot more open, at least according to the people at Apple that I talked to, than I thought it would be, which I was surprised about. When you go through this, like obviously they show you the process, they show you how to do everything, like they kind of give you a tutorial, but then they show you like videos and photos that were shot on the Apple Vision Pro, and like those are really, really cool and they're really immersive, especially the videos. But from a therapy standpoint, I saw lots of uses there. Like with fear of animals, you could have a video shot on the Apple Vision Pro and then play that back for a patient that has a phobia of those, and the dog, let's just say, would appear in the environment like where the video was playing, and like the way the video just kind of fades out and comes around and everything, it would look like it is sitting right there. So it could be a very useful treatment tool for that kind of stuff. Programmatically, like a lot of stuff is open where you could add environments or things out in the world. And I think that could be really cool for a lot of phobias and OCD and that kind of stuff. So I'm very excited about it from that perspective. And also just the perspective of stereoscopic video being played on this that could be used as a therapy tool. Like, I think there is a huge advantage there. And so from a development standpoint, I'm very, very excited about it. And I honestly do, after playing with it, I think that this is probably the future of computing, but it's not going to be until everything gets a little smaller and sleeker. Like, that's when mass adoption is going to happen. But I do think there are very specific scenarios, like what I'm thinking about here, or the other work I've done where we build VR training environments for mechanics on like assembly lines. Like a big one that I've done is with a contact lens company, and they have these huge assembly lines that previously they had to shut down the line, like the whole line, to train their mechanics on how to do it. But now what they do is we built that whole machine in VR, and they learn to do everything there so that they're not having to shut down a whole assembly line and lose millions of dollars while they're training their mechanics, so that their mechanics can kind of learn all that stuff on the go. But if you had an Apple Vision Pro, you could take that mechanic into the assembly line and have stuff start coming up and identifying it and doing all this really cool stuff that would make that even like the next level. Like I said, so very specific use cases right now, but I see a lot of potential here. And that's kind of my thoughts on the whole thing. And I know this was just me talking sort of the whole way, but if you have any questions about like what I experienced and my thoughts on it, please let me know in the comments below, and hopefully I can figure out a way where I can get one of these and kind of test it out more for you guys and kind of show you what I'm talking about and kind of the cool aspects of it versus the things that are just kind of like, all right, see ya, bye.